everyone, I'm back. This is my third video, and my birthday was the 23rd of November, so recently, and I wanted to make a video regarding that. What would I say to my younger self as a 24-year-old now? Which is crazy to think how time goes by, but when you're in the moment, it kind of sometimes feel like it's going by pretty slow, or sometimes it feels like it's going by fast. But then when you're here and you realize about everything that's happened and where you are now and how old you are, because I don't even think about age. I don't even feel like I'm whatever I am. I don't know. I feel young. I feel the same. But it's such a beautiful thing. And it makes me realize how important family is and how important your health is, my health is, how important everyone's health is, and what truly matters most, which is your family, your well-being, your family's well-being, your peace, your happiness, your mind, your body, how you feel. If you're motivated going through this life, if you're just dragging it on, I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. There's both, and everyone's on their own journey. You know, it doesn't matter what you're doing, where you are, you're on your own journey, and I know the universe is challenging you in your own specific way to become better and to reach your full potential and to be where you're supposed to be and become who you're supposed to become. So back to what I was saying. So it was my birthday, and I wrote a little bit of things I would have liked someone to talk to me about, or just tell me, or things I would tell my younger self as a teenage girl when I was like 12, 13, from like 10 to 16. So the first one is, you are beautiful. Everyone has an opinion about what beautiful is. Beautiful women, the way you're supposed to look, the way you're supposed to dress, the way you're supposed to do this, the way you're supposed to do that. Everyone has an opinion about it. You create your own. You know, like, don't listen, but don't become what they're saying. Just because they say something doesn't mean it's true. It's how they perceive the world, and it's not who you are supposed to be. You know, people will have opinions about things, doesn't mean it's going to become yours. You know, you create your own opinion with the things you like, with what inspires you, the way you want to look. If you want to look a certain way because you feel good in looking that certain way, you do what you want to do to make yourself look and feel good about yourself. Don't listen to other people. Everyone has opinions, like I said. You create your opinion, and focus also not on looks, focus on the inner self. Focus on your heart, focus on who you are, what you want, your passions, those thoughts as a child that you have to do this, do that, just do them, and don't care about what other people are going to say. Like, you're too young to be caring about looks and about all these things. You're a kid, you know. Grow up. Not grow up in that way like of trying to be an adult, but grow in that sense of being a child, you know. Have your experiences, fall down, get up. But going back to, you are beautiful. Yes, you are beautiful, and you don't have to change for anyone or anything. You know, you're just beautiful the way you are. Yeah. The second one is, you are not your parents or your family. You are you. Yes, you grow up with your family, your parents, and they teach you things. You learn from them, their morals, their beliefs, and their boundaries, but you are not them. You know, you can take the good and release the bad, because I know my parents, they were really good at some things, but at some other things they weren't. And now that I'm older, I see that, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna I don't want to have that. You know, it's good to observe and look at their behaviors and be like, okay, no judgment, but I don't want to be that way. You know, you can learn from everyone, not just your parents or your family. It's like a knowingness that, you know, that's not, like, you don't want to be that way, or you don't feel comfortable being that way, or that's just not who you are. And you don't have to fight that. Just let it guide you, you know? Let yourself guide you. It's a weird thing to say, but yeah. If I would have done that, I think things would have turned out different, but I'm still grateful for where I am, because I've learned in my own journey that I've had. Still things happen, so you can learn, and I feel good. But yes, you are not your parents. Create your own self. Take the good, and you don't have to take the bad. And if you want to learn from their mistakes also, that would be great, so you don't make the same mistakes they did. But you are not your parents, and you don't have to follow their dreams. You don't have to do what they want you to do or become who they want you to become because they weren't able to, or because they want you to, or they think it's the best for you. I know they're always saying they're always trying to take care of us, but you create your own. You know, become who you want to become, not who they want you to be. Follow your own dreams, not theirs. And in the end, I think they're happy when you're happy, and they're fulfilled when you're at peace and loving, and it's just a beautiful thing. But yes, you are not your parents, and follow your own dreams, okay? The third one is a weird one to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because this is to my younger self. Girl, you do not have to have a boyfriend at such a young age. When you're 10, 11, 12, 13, stop focusing on boys. Stop focusing on, oh, this or that, or oh my god, this kid. No, focus on yourself. Like, get to know yourself first before you even start to get into a relationship at a young age. I've met so many people that have kids at a young age. They get pregnancies at a young age. They have so much chaos going in their life because they partnered up so young, and you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to have a boyfriend just because your friends are doing it, just because someone else is, oh, they already have a boyfriend or this or that. You don't have to follow their footsteps. You create your own path, okay? And if you feel like you want to, and it's something in your heart that desires someone next to you, then I would say you do you, you know, because you will also learn. In that, you will also learn when you have to learn. Going that way or this way or whichever way you want to go, there's lessons for you everywhere. So I just say you do you. But for me, I would tell myself, you do not have to have a boyfriend at such a young age. Stop worrying about boys. Stop worrying about trying to grow up so fast to have a boyfriend or to do this or to do that. Like, it doesn't matter. What matters is you. Like, focus on your creativity, focus on school, focus on talents you have that need to expand, and skills that need to grow so you can become someone. Don't focus on boys. Like, that will come. You will have a time in your life where you'll be fully open and you're going to be in love with yourself, and the person that comes to you is going to be perfect because you're not looking for it. You're in love with yourself, and everything around you that's in love with itself will come to you, and you'll just find your perfect match. So don't worry about having a boyfriend or, you know, this or that, or looking good for guys or doing this for that guy. Like, no, focus on yourself. Do things for yourself, okay? You will have that time, but you are young. You're really young to start thinking about boys. They take up too much of your energy, your space. You're growing. Like, you're growing at this time. You need to give yourself, pour into yourself, you know, get to know yourself before you start going back and forth with the boy. You don't even know who you are, you know. You're just too young. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Just you do you. What is in your heart, follow that. But yeah, that's what I would tell myself. You're too young. Just focus on yourself and focus on school and your creativity. Focus on growing that creativeness you have and expanding. You know, don't focus on boys. Too much time and energy wasted. And the fourth thing is nothing is set in stone. You can change your mind as many times as you like. You can say yes, you can say no, you can say, oh, I like that color, no, I don't. Just because you say you like blue for the longest time doesn't mean you're gonna like blue for the rest of your life. You are allowed to change, to have different opinions all the time. You're an evolving human being with all these things that are coming in and out. You are allowed to change things. They don't always have to be the same. Okay, you do not have to be the same. You can always change. Just because you liked to wear this color for the past 3 years doesn't mean you can't change to that color. People are gonna be like, oh wow, you changed, or this or that. Yes, I did. Of course I did. Thank you for noticing. But you do you. And also, you can say no. When I was younger, I was scared of saying no. Like, I was fearful of saying no to my parents or to my friends or to anything. Like, I don't want to be the person that shuts something down or says no, or tells a guy no. Like, say no. If you feel like saying no, just say no. Like, nothing's gonna happen. Life goes on. The birds will still fly. The sun will rise. The moon will be up in the sky at night. Like, things will flow. Just say no, stay true to yourself. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Don't compromise your well-being or your boundaries or your feelings, you know? Like, if you feel bad about something, you're saying yes just to please everyone else, you're not loving yourself enough. And I did not have that when I was young, and now I do. I love myself a little more to say no when I don't want to do something. And you don't have to say it in a mean way. You can say it in a fun way, in a kind way. You can be like, nah, I'm good. You guys have fun. Take care and bye. Or whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. But you can say no. And then also, very important one is be aware of who you surround yourself with. Your friends, your circle, you draw from them, they draw from you. Your energies are exchanging. Like, you guys start to become more like each other. Even if you say no, you do. You start to like the same things. You start to talk about the same things. Your energy in a circle, like, you guys are going to start to become each other. So be aware of them. If they're trying to bring you down or if they're trying to pick you up. When you talk to them about something, a dream, an idea, or something, they're bringing you down. No. That's not a good place to be. You know, you want your friends to be like, okay, sounds good, you know, is there anything I can do to help you, or giving you even more ideas, you know, or just helping you grow, you know, not bringing you down or feeding you negativity or chaos from their lives. Of course, yes, it's good to listen and take and help them. You know, of course, that's what friends do. They talk to you about their problems and everything. But if it's something they're coming to you all the time, problems, and they're not asking you how you're doing, you're just like an ear or someone to them that is gonna, like, they're coming for you for help, especially if they're not giving anything back to you and you feel like it's not working as a friendship, because a friendship goes both ways, and you feel like you're draining because you're giving, and this person isn't giving back to you. And it's not just with relationships, anyone in your life, you know, it can be your partner, it can be your parents, it could be your family, it could be your cousins, it could be your friends, it could be anyone. If they're taking from you and they're not giving back to you, it's time to create space, right? Like, you can create space, and of course not just reject them and never talk to them again. You can be like, hi, how are you? You know, have a great day. I'm busy, or this or that. Or you can be honest with them, you know, just feel like this or that, or we talk about this too much and it feels like this or whatever. We'll see what they say. But going back to the thing, be aware of who your friends are, who your circle is, if they're bringing you up or taking you down. You know, you stay aware of who you're around and what they talk about. If you care, you know, of what's going in your subconscious mind, because you absorb everything. You're like a sponge, you know, and then you catch yourself dreaming about these things or doing these things. You're like, like, it's just like energy exchanges, you know. That's a big one. And then lastly is I love you. I wish I could have told myself more when I was younger that I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you so much, and I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for everything you do every day. I'm grateful for the body, for this beautiful vessel that we have, that we're in, to see this life and enjoy and feel the wind caressing our skin and see these beautiful creatures and this beautiful space and feel as a human being and touch people and feel touch, you know, touch. I just feel grateful for everything now. And when I was younger, it was like burden, or I don't like this about myself, I don't like that, or this or that. Like, it was just all negative talk in my head, and never gratitude about me being here, standing here today. Life is so beautiful, and just because we're here, we're alive, we give meaning and we give attention to everything, so it creates meaning. If I weren't here today, this wouldn't have meaning. There wouldn't be meaning for my life if I weren't here, of course. But because I'm here, everything around me has meaning. My job has meaning, this has meaning, my writing has meaning to me. Everything has meaning because I'm here. So I'm grateful to be here, and I just want to say that I love you, and to all the young girls that are watching this, I love you too. And protect yourself, okay? Create boundaries. If you're unhappy where you are, move. You're too young to stay in one place stuck because of this reason or that reason. We can evolve, we're changing. The world is full of possibilities. Things are always happening that you would never expect. Leave yourself open to that. And like I said, because you see your family doing something, or someone really close to you doing something, doesn't mean you have to do that too. You know, you create your own way, create your own path, okay? And any way you go is perfect. You will have your learning experiences, and you will grow, because this is how life works. We all grow, we have our learning experiences. It doesn't matter what we're doing or where we're going. The universe is always sending us challenges and obstacles and beautiful experiences to move us towards where we're supposed to go. So yes, that's my final thought, and I just want to say again, I love you so much, and thank you for being here. And stay true to yourself, keep living. I know sometimes it's hard to see the good in everything, or stay positive. That would be unrealistic to say, to always be positive. We all have the ups and downs. It's part of life, you know. They're like waves in the ocean, up and down, and that's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. And yeah, I love you, and I love you girls, and I love everyone, and I hope you're doing great. Take care of yourself, be more aware, and be into your loving, beautiful being. Have a great day. Bye.